may not like it in the moment. They may be like, oh my God, I'm not pulling one over on this idiot Steve. What's going on, guys? Hey, I wanted to do this month's Good Question email. First and foremost, I want to thank you guys for watching these videos, reading this, particular communication. I can't begin to tell you how much it warms my heart to have the conversations, hear the comments, all the things. You guys are amazing. And we've experienced some growth in our number of people that have joined the community because so many of you are forwarding these to people that you think really could benefit from it. So thank you. This month's Good Question email is actually from one of our Ripplers who said they were really grateful that we were putting an emphasis and focus on kindness and leadership this month because they feel one of the struggles that they've had since assuming a leadership role in their company is that they're taken advantage of, that people are leveraging their niceties to fall short on expectations. And without trying to become a different type of leader, how would I suggest they go about approaching that? And I love this because I think it is something I've always tried to be a kind leader. I was kind until I wasn't. And then I went the opposite direction. Then I was kind of an a-hole leader at a certain point in my career and got far worse results, as you can imagine. So when I actually had this conversation, this didn't come in as an email, it came across as a conversation, but I want to share the highlights with you and hopefully what I share benefits you in some capacity. What I said is that they should acknowledge the elephant in the room. Their goal and their mode of mode of operation, right? MO. There's like a Latin term, but I'm not smart enough to know what that is. But their MO is they want to come across with respect, authenticity, and kindness. That was important to them. And they have a few employees that seem to be taking advantage of that. So I said, one of the things that I would do is you want to nip that in the bud and you want to let them know that they, as employees, should not misinterpret your kindness for being weak, for not, respecting the process, and that there is absolutely no way that they should think that the kindness excuses drop balls or doesn't hold them accountable. In that we've all experienced bad leaders probably in our career. It sounds like a few of these folks are seasoned, so I'm sure they've gone through good leaders and bad leaders. So they have their own personal journeys and experiences to baseline. And I said, what you do is you sit down and say, I want to have a conversation with you, and I want to do this in a respectful manner. But I want you to know that I feel like by me coming across as a kind of jovial leader, that you have sort of maybe misinterpreted what is going on and what my expectations are. And I want to have an honest conversation with you so that you know that I look at kindness as a respectful thing for you, but back to me. I'm kind because I want you here. I want to see you be successful. I want to play a part in that success and see you do great things. But I also want you to extend the courtesy of kindness back to me and that you show up on time. You deliver the results you're looking for, that you honor the commitments that are made, and that you recognize if things aren't going the way that they need to, that we have an opportunity to have a conversation. Not that you just assume because I'm a nice person that I'm just going to let it go or I'm going to, kind of brush it under the rug. And what I said is that I think that the opportunity to put that on the table and express that you are committed to being a kind leader until you're not. And I use the line from Roadhouse, be kind until it's time to not be kind, right?
I want you to be nice until it's time to not be nice.
Be nice, actually, is what his word was. But Patrick Swayze, man, that's my favorite movie. I love it. Be nice until it's time to not be nice. And if you cross me and you don't improve, neither one of us are going to be comfortable with that conversation. So I'm doing this as a courtesy to you and out of the kindness of my heart and my commitment to being a kind leader to say, hey, you need to get your collective shit together. I said, obviously don't use that word. That might offend somebody, but I need you to do better. And I need you to stop thinking that you can take advantage of me because I am nice and that I You might think that I want to avoid conflict and I want to keep everything kumbaya. The alternative to this work environment and this culture that we're creating can be vastly different. That determination about how we go forward falls on you. And I suggested that they move that direction. I personally have experience. I had a guy that just felt like he was irreplaceable until we had a conversation about the fact that, yeah, it would suck to lose him. It would suck if I had to fire him or he got so frustrated and quit. But I would survive. But if they were to be terminated or fired because they missed deadlines or they gave attitude or they mistook my kindness or my, kind of jovial attitude for the lack of expectation, they would be estimating me wrong. And I remember this person looking at me like, am I going to test this or am I not? And they fortunately did not. And that person has gone off to become a phenomenal leader, someone that I am super proud of in their career path today. We don't work together anymore, but that was because I sold that company. But man, I can't tell you how proud of that person I am. And I tell you what, they weren't the kindest person. And I think I rubbed off a little bit on them and they have just blossomed in their career. So sharing it with this Rippler, like this was the outcome. There's other things that can be done, but I think straightforward, authentic communication is really key. And I think also pointing out the fact that you recognize what's happening, you're not going to be manipulated, you're not going to be taken advantage of, and that you're going to hold people accountable. And there's two ways to go about that. You can be kind, considerate, and yet assertive, or you can be an ass. And that doesn't create a good, healthy environment for anybody. So give them the choice as to which one they want to work for or which environment they want to operate in. And I hope that if you find this, and whether that's true if you're in a leadership role, necessarily like a management, or you're running your own company or whatever, or how you lead your PTA, or how you lead your neighborhood group, or how you organize your men's soccer team, you can be kind, but don't let them take advantage of the kindness. And when they do, or they start to, put up a hand and say, let's stop, let's have a conversation because we need to get some things straight. They'll appreciate you for it. You may not like it in the moment. They may be like, oh my God, I'm not pulling one over on this idiot Steve. But I think in the end, they'll respect you for it. So hope that's helpful. I would love to hear what you think about this topic. I would love to hear how you're applying this topic, not just the good question email, but the theme for this month. And share. Sharing is caring. And ripple off.